I'm working on building that down spot that can basically replicate your Facebook as far as notifications, but also now with basically keep on your phone and get notifications. I'll probably give it a week or something.
Okay, I'm gonna call our council meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Griffin?
Here.
Councilperson Suggs?
Here.
Councilperson Hopkins?
Here.
Councilperson Carter?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Brown? Here. Mayor Bradley?
Here. Invocation, Councilperson Hopkins.
Let's pray. Father, as we enter into Holy Week and we think about what took place 2,000 years ago, Father, I pray that our churches will be blessed this Easter, and our families and our community would be blessed with your presence and power. Father, I pray that you would give us discretion and wisdom, and that we would please you in all that we do. We ask for your glory and honor. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first on the agenda tonight is the approval of the work session and council meetings of March 24, 2025.
Make a motion to approve.
Do I hear a second? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Griffin?
Abstain.
Councilperson Suggs?
Yes.
Councilperson Hopkins?
Yes.
Councilperson Carter?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Brown?
Yes.
Mayor Bradley?
Yes. Next is Wiregrass Construction invoice.
Make a motion to pay that invoice to Wiregrass in the amount of $708,563.70.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Griffin?
Yes.
Councilperson Suggs?
Yes.
Councilperson Hopkins?
Yes.
Councilperson Carter?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Brown?
Yes.
Mayor Bradley?
Yes. Next on the agenda is Steve and Cindy Jones, de-annexation of 8740 Wilkie Road.
I make a motion that we table that, Mayor, until we do a little more investigating.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilperson Griffin?
Yes, for tabling.
Councilperson Suggs?
Yes.
Councilperson Hopkins?
Yes.
Councilperson Carter?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Brown?
Yes.
Mayor Bradley?
Yes. Okay, next is Sherry Reed with Rainbow Ridge Cedar Creek subdivision of existing lots. Would someone like to make a motion to approve dividing that into the two lots?
I make a motion that we allow Cedar Creek Rainbow Ridge to be divided into two parcels.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Griffin?
Yes.
Councilperson Suggs?
Yes.
Councilperson Hopkins?
Yes.
Councilperson Carter?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Brown?
Yes.
Mayor Bradley?
Yes. Next is Parks and Ground maintenance with Pine Straw.
Mayor, I would move that we approve an expenditure of $600 for pine straw.
A second?
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Griffin?
Yes.
Councilperson Suggs?
Yes.
Councilperson Hopkins?
Yes.
Councilperson Carter?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Brown?
Yes.
Mayor Bradley?
Yes. Next is our police report.
Everybody got a copy? Good deal. Nothing too crazy to report on here. Did get word from Evan at the academy. He's doing well. So a few more months and we'll have him back. And we'll be fully staffed.
Wonderful.
And I don't know how to act, because that's gonna be weird. First time ever. Y'all have any questions for me?
I have one, not necessarily just to you, Chief, but more so to all of us. I was going up Row Lane the other day and noticed where there was a massive tree that fell during the storm. It's being cut up and is at the edge of the road. Is that the city's responsibility to clean that off of because right now it could be a hazardous.
Are you sure it's not the people that's trimming the line, around the lines and
No.
stuff?
There is another tree down, I did see it today. If it's on the easement, I think it would fall under our responsibility. to at least remove a section of that. But
Okay, you know-
hopefully the whole tree.
What section of road?
You know the road where you turn to go up to the shooting range?
Masters,
Okay, we passed it on our way to the shooting range. And
okay.
it's right on the edge of the road on the right-hand side.
That would be, Power Grid Services. They're supposed to come back and get all that brush.
I called him today and spoke with, a gentleman, and he said due to the, outages and stuff, they got called off, but he said they're supposed to be out here today or tomorrow, one start to pick up all that stuff that they had left and had not cleaned up. But I do have a number to contact. If he doesn't come, I will call back, cause I called him today because I've got a couple of complaints, from people that they just left.
Hey, Betty, you remember, they promised all this last time, and I ended up being the one to go clean all the ditches out, all the pipes that were stopped up. They
I
never
called
did
out
come
about the
back.
power, I didn't call the contractor, and then she filed a complaint, and then,
They cleaned up in Trussell, but they didn't hear.
and then I called him directly and told him that we needed all that cleaned up, that, they left it once before, and didn't come back, and I told him I was gonna keep complaining until they got it cleaned up.
My question then, since we don't have a time frame on that, is could Nick go and look at what I'm talking about and see if
Yeah.
maybe we need to put some yellow tape hanging from it? Cause if somebody goes off the road a little bit, they're gonna be into,
I'll go look at it, see if there's something I can do, maybe cut it back a little farther to keep it out of the right of way, or maybe push it with the tractor.
If it's something.
it's
they
on
didn't
road
cut
lane,
down,
now, it's
just
not
as
on
long as
Masters,
you
it's
do
on
that.
road lane,
I
so
understand.
be careful.
I understand, around the area of Masters.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
It's right across from Masters.
Oh, that White House up on the hill?
Yeah, they've got a lot of tree trunks across
I'm
right
gonna
there.
take a look at it tomorrow, see if there's something I can do with it.
Thank you. That's all, thank you, Chief.
They're good at that.
Next is our fire report, any good?
I'm not Scott. Gonna fool me. Substitute. We actually had a busy month. We're up about 30 calls over last month, quite a bit. We started writing burn permits again, so people took advantage of that, caused a few brush fires for us. 42 medical calls, few assisting citizens, 7 brush fires, 2 structure fires. One was Springville, and the other one was Davis Lake. We sent mutual aid to them, they sent it to us, so it was our turn to help them this month. Storms caused quite a bit of damage around town, as y'all all know. Dave knows very well. We got a bunch of calls for that, a few fire alarms and a couple wrecks. Busy month, I think we opened the shelter a couple times. A lot going on in town.
Thank you. When you had the shelter open, did you see anything that was not there that was needed?
Don't know that they did. No, so.
Okay, good news.
I check it once a
Yep.
week, so.
He checks it, we run the generator every Wednesday, so.
Thank you for that.
No.
I will say that I did contact Candace and them about the, us trying to get some kind of grant for the storm shelter over there. She's been out of town, but she still should be getting back in town, and then she's supposed to give me a call and come out and meet with us and see what kind of grant we can maybe come up with to, try to do another storm shelter on that side of town over there.
Okay.
And thank you, Corky, for your offer.
I did have it surveyed.
Did you?
I've not had the appraisal done yet,
Okay,
but,
Appreciate it.
he's working on the appraisal.
okay, thank you. Did anyone have any questions for, Amy? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next is our city attorney's report, and Kathy, and your report. Okay, thank you. On the mayor's report tonight, we need to set a date for the midterm budget review meeting. I think Amanda's got everything just about together for us to do it. I'd like to do that. I can't do it this week, but I would like to do it maybe Monday or Tuesday of next week if y'all are available. Which day would be best for you? Tuesday would be good. Tuesday would be good for everybody here.
Earlier in the week's better for me. I'll be out of town on Thursday, Friday for professional thing.
Maybe get them off outside.
So you'll Okay, it's 5:30.
We can do it 5:30, that would be.
Okay, be
Give us a
Tuesday,
chance to get off work. 22nd.
22nd at 5:30. Anyone have anything else they need to add about the budget work session? Okay, then we'll move along, we've already gotten the pine straw. I needed to ask the attorney about it, has he sent a response letter to the auditors? Because they told us that that's what they were waiting on, to response letter.
They could have, I don't have their, I'll double check, in fact, I know that.
Okay.
I'll check on that.
Okay, so I'll have Amanda reach back out to him, because that's what he said he was waiting on, before he could come to go over that. And you just gave him the market, franchise thing, so, nothing there. Okay, any of the council have anything? No. Ann?
No, I've covered,
Dan?
I've covered the park.
Rick?
This is here, no.
Okay, then we have, some people that have signed up to speak tonight. First is Mr. Thomas.
Morning, Mayor, and this council. Just wanted to address you guys briefly before you head into the upcoming budget session. There were a couple of things that have come up over the last several months that I thought should definitely be on your radar and brought to your attention. First is what looks to be a trend of decreasing revenues for the city as well as increasing costs as we go forward. And a lot of those revenue streams, like grants, they come in, might be up in the air. I would just urge you to go into this future session that you would exercise a good bit of caution. Certainly, we don't want the city to run out of money, and I'm sure you guys have all, on your own, had these conversations amongst yourselves and are well aware of the situation that we may be in. I don't expect any of you to be leading the city down a path that runs us out of money anytime soon. But it's just something that comes up, and it's something to always maintain vigilance about to make sure that we are good stewards of the people's money. Now, that being said, as all of the wiregrass construction work and road work is finished up, there are, as you know, still a few roads that need to be done. But I thought of a couple of other ideas that might be helpful for maintaining driver safety, motor vehicle safety, Nick's safety as he's out on our lane, and should be relatively inexpensive with help from Alabama Department of Transportation. And that's going to include things like putting up limited sight distance signs at key places, say early on Lane Road, or narrow road signs throughout the city as it may be necessary. Those, I think, might do a better job at slowing drivers down and having them exercise caution so that we don't have any further motor vehicle accidents. Might help improve driver safety and get everybody where they need to be in proper time. Another thought that I had that I would hope would be on the radar, maybe not for this year or next year, but sometime in the future, is considering the possibility of putting up another traffic light at the off-ramp from I-59 North. There are just some times, especially when a train runs through, that gets very difficult to navigate. It gets blocked up pretty quickly and can back up onto the interstate. If we had a better traffic flow option there and the increased lanes as it stands now, might be a good time to consider just what sort of traffic light installations, et cetera, might help improve the flow overall. I just wanted to bring those to your attention this evening and wish you well in the budget session next week.
Thank you.
Very much.
Okay, next is Corky Massey.
All right, as a member of the council for 4 years, I sat in on some budget meetings, and I can assure you, they pinch every penny. There's some heartfelt arguments back and forth. You ain't gotta worry about this bunch, cutting costs everywhere they can and making the most out of what, and they've already done a study on the traffic coming off the freeway, and it's been done the way the state sees best, and they've got a proposal to improve lanes. It's the red light up there do anything but
Matter
cause
of fact,
problems.
excuse me, Corky, matter of fact, we met with AlDOT when they were doing the little acceleration lane, and that 148 exit was supposed to went further back on the interstate. Somehow or another, it got cut short, and they didn't do it. But we asked for a mirror there, we also asked for if it would help for a red light, and they said all that was gonna do is further congest the interstate with the traffic backing it up on that. So they did not wanna do either of those two options. The city cannot do anything because that's state, and it would have to be the state that done anything there.
I think the lengthening the deceleration lane is still in the works.
Yes,
They're supposed to improve when they get through with all the mess they're working on now, they're supposed to move up this way.
it was
and
supposed to
do
be,
another job.
that little acceleration line was supposed to went all the way to 11.
Oh,
but-
I'm talking about the one up the freeway.
Oh, yeah, yeah, but the one the acceleration lane was supposed to run all the way to 11, so the traffic turning to the right, could go ahead and go, turn to the right. It was supposed to be done, what, last summer?
Well, they've got
We
that
met with them.
big
Yeah,
culvert,
and
they
it was
gotta
supposed
make.
to go all the way down to 11 at some point.
Yeah.
But those options that you were talking about, those we've already,
And
and somebody had said something about a post office, a while back. Somebody had called me, I think last Monday, asking about a post office. Mayor Pro Tem Brown and I went to Washington and met with, and paid our own way. Went to Washington and met with a bunch of the post, we've got letters back there stating from the post, master general that we're not building any more post offices right now.
And
And
the
I,
consolation was to allow the Argo pharmacy, if we could find a business that was willing to accept the responsibility of mailing packets, selling stamps and that sort of thing. It took us several years to get a mail drop, which we have there in front of, they really, it was ridiculous how badly they fight you. And the main thing that the mayor and I, and there were 12 of us from St. Clair County that went, and the main thing that the mayor and I were concerned about was the zip code. This was before everybody got their fair share of Amazon taxes. So, at that point, when we went to DC, if you didn't have a zip code, you didn't get the tax that was collected by any mail orders. So they did at least change that, so that we are getting our Amazon and other online purchases taxes, but we can't get a zip code.
we've already tried those things, and I think the previous administration also tried that.
I would love for somebody
yeah.
to accomplish that, we just haven't been able to in the last 12 years.
But anyway, I appreciate it. Corky, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
I had the floor, please y'all interrupting.
Do you have
That's
something
fine.
else? I'm sorry.
I was on the police report too this month, several times out, but this time, somebody was up at the mini storages and they were helping themselves to the fence boards that I told y'all that the guy was trying to work on his fence, he was trying to get everything in line. Well, there were some people up there stealing the fence
Oh, my.
boards and some old computer stuff, and so the police both got over there and stopped them and made them unload it all, and the ones they didn't want, they were throwing over there in my road. So he made them put them in the dumpster.
Well, at least you got it
I
back.
had set them outside so that the people with the fence could get to them, and this guy decided he needed them worse than they did. He ended up taking some of them anyway. After I got to looking at them, there were more rotten ones than I thought.
See, the police officers do come in handy sometimes, don't they?
That's right, and I did see that they have got their fence fixed, or they were working on it Saturday, wasn't it?
I noticed that today, it looks good.
Good, good.
All right, that's all of my report.
Okay, Mr. and Ms. Jones? Do you have anything else y'all like to add?
Yeah, are y'all tabled that, so what does that exactly mean? I mean, I know you're gonna do some investigation, I guess y'all be in touch with us, or?
Yeah, they wanted more information, so I guess they're gonna,
Would it help if we got a letter from Trustful that they would take us in? Would that help any? I mean,
We gotta figure out if it's legal, do it that way.
And as far as the whole parcel, you'll have to have a survey done anyway. But, you'll have to have a survey done, and you can put whatever part you want into the city limits when you do that survey. It'll have to be corrected, but you'll.
but, yeah, you will be notified. We'll probably put it back on the agenda. If you want it back on the agenda, we can put it back on the agenda when they get a little more information.
You can leave,
I just have a couple of things.
you can
Okay,
leave part
go
of it in Argo.
Well, like I said, I think our kids move on, I think that's all, because one day, we ain't gonna be
We
good.
did talk to the real estate agents that helped us sell our house.
Well, we'll do it either way. We'll do it either way.
All the real estate agents are aware of the problem in this little area. Like I said, I've lived there since I was 6, so, we just have been, we've been here how long?
16, 17 years.
15, 16. Anyway, so, the Argo website doesn't even list like job role. The real estate guys say that, they make everybody aware, and that's always a deal breaker in the area.
Yeah, I think
Even though
that-
everybody comes, we
Like I
even
said, I
get,
went down
we've
there, I
even
thought
gotten mail
part
from
of the
total
land was in
strangers
there.
who want to buy land.
The county has
And when
been
they
stuff
find
since we've
out
been there.
where we are, they don't buy.
I don't think that'd be a problem at all.
That's not where, that's not where. I know what-
When there's, I know when they did the others, they make
You did, you gave me
the
two.
annex and then pay a fee.
I've already offered them taxes for eternity.
No, I'm not talking about here, I'm talking about your trust.
Oh, yeah, they'll charge you too, but
Yeah,
it's not about, just not about the money, it's about I want my grandkids to
One
live
time
on my
fee.
land. I wanna see them grow up. I got 6 beautiful grandkids, I want all 6 of them. Plus, we're gonna need the help, we're getting old. I might change my, I might move and leave them with
If
it.
you're in Argo, you should be paying center point fees, because you've got fire coverage.
Oh, I know, we pay all this too, but anyway, we got that worked, I think we got it worked out soon.
That's no problem.
They got it
Yeah,
confused.
and you can see our house.
They raised the property value, because they thought they had extra 50 acres, exactly what runs through the road.
Yeah, Zuba Road is 5 miles.
Oh, that's way over. I bought that from my brother, and they just put our address instead of.
Where'd you buy Zuba Road?
I bought right there, at the end of Zimmer Road, almost to Deer Lake. Me and my brother got a farm out there.
Okay. Get some work, guys, on the very end out there.
For me? Yeah, I think at least.
And getting tables probably not the end of the world.
No, it's not bad out here.
Yeah, I mean, I understand.
One day, the property value definitely was less because the schools are, it's a sad situation. It's like 0.01% of our house in there. And when they annexed it, it was, we're not, they went to trust.
The letter from Charles.
No, I was trying to avoid saying.
Well, no, but the property's not going to be right, but I'm going to pay double what that ever get from me. I don't want, I don't want.
I think it's legal.
I don't want to see it on, so we like our, we're not planning on going on it. I mean, I've had a trust like this since I've been there, but I still consider it a community.
We're not trying. All right, thank you. Next is Michelle Colson.
Yeah, y'all aren't gonna like what I have to say, but, this is a seriously derelict of duty.
I'm sorry, I can't hear what you said, sorry.
This is a derelict of duty on y'all's part, because y'all should have made that right off the bat. Y'all don't need any more information. You're talking about de-annexing people out of Argo, and I think we've had this conversation several times. 2 of y'all up here have already done it, so I'm assuming y'all aren't running for re-election. I'm gonna assume that right now. The fact that y'all are even discussing de-annexing anybody else out of our city, because obviously you don't love the city. You don't even care about this city.
That's not true.
No, they don't care about this city if they're gonna do this again.
That's not true.
No.
That's not true.
And y'all are not in a hardship, and this is my turn to speak, I did not interrupt y'all. And so So this is a derelict of duty for y'all to just not, to just ex-nay that. Okay? I'll be up here again when y'all try to put this back on here. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't believe you would even think about running for re-election. If you're gonna even think about doing this. I said it. And everybody else is thinking.
Thank you.
I did have one other thing.
Okay.
I forgot to mention it, my kid.
Okay, go ahead.
I had a text from a resident of Tom L. Smith who wanted to know if we could somehow cut down on the number of trucks who cut through their road. Large trucks hauling equipment and whatnot.
The issue is that a lot of those big trucks, those people live over there. There's a couple of, I think it's Glen Trucking or something like that lives over there. There's several of them that live over there. So I don't know how you keep them from going to their house in those big trucks. Maybe Michael can answer some of that.
Well, I'd see trucks, I mean, I see signs all the time, no trucks allowed over a certain.
But you
way,
can't
or
stop them for
no
local
through
traffic.
trucks or whatever.
Yeah, but you have to be, I mean, typically those are on smaller roadways that would have a structural issue with like a bridge or something, that it would exceed the weight consistently. But there's some, I don't know if it's AG opinions or, yeah, you cannot restrict trucks from accessing.
We tried that with, asked the county about doing some no trucks allowed on Blackjack, and the road was so bad, and they would not put up with it.
But that was their road.
Yeah, that's
So they had that call.
Yeah,
This is our road, we should have some sort of influence or.
that's a thoroughfare through there though to get to Mountain View.
Yeah, but I can assure you, nobody's using that for a shortcut for a truck.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I say, I can assure you, nobody's using it for a shortcut. They're delivering into there or they're living there. It's not through traffic. And you can't stop local traffic.
I was asked, I just passed it along.
Anything else, anyone else?
Well, as a truck owner, it's my business to know.
Motion to adjourn.
Do I hear a second? All in favor? Aye. Thank you all for coming.
I just like to pop in and visit my neighbors every now and then.
All day.
And also,
Bearing gifts.
well, I also,